Good morning. My name is Jessica Lim, and today I'll be sharing about what it's like being multilingual. Being multilingual and having a multicultural experience is not just unique to me. It is in fact a common trait in most of Southeast Asia. I am an ethnic Chinese and a second-generation Malaysian. Ever since I was about 4 or 5 years old, I have been able to speak in 3 different languages. And these languages are in English, Chinese, and Malay. Knowing how to speak more than one language is especially common in Malaysia, and I even have friends and families that know more languages than I do. With the help from both my teachers and my parents, learning a new language did not prove to be such a challenge to me, or at least that's what I thought. Other than these 3 languages, I am also fairly fluent in Cantonese and Korean, though not perfect yet. I've started to pick up these 2 languages through TV shows. I remember on weeknights, my whole family would gather around in the living room after dinner and watch a Korean or Hong Kong TV series. My parents would also occasionally bring the whole family to visit some of my relatives who speak Cantonese fluently. Thus, I was able to improve in a fair amount in speaking Cantonese. As for now, I am still teaching myself Korean through books and articles. I would translate each sentence from Korean into English with the help of a dictionary. I am only fluent in everyday small talk, food, plans, weather, yet I'm also able to engage in more complex conversation. I do make a lot of mistakes in these 2 languages, and I often have to look up online for words or get help from my friends. I would call myself semi-fluent in these 2 languages, I suppose. This ability has also helped me to create a socially inclusive environment, specifically in helping the others who face language barriers. For example, I have helped several tourists that needed translation while they were touring Malaysia, or trying to communicate within the public transportation. The feeling of being able to help someone else out truly encouraged me to learn more in depth into the language. Also, traveling abroad proved to be so much easier when I know how to speak the native language. I could order something off the menu confidently or ask for directions when I get lost. One of the questions that I get asked a lot is whether I think in more than one language, and that truly depends on the situation I'm in. For example, if I were to think something that I wanted to tell to an American friend, I would be thinking in English. But if I were to think by myself, I would switch between all 5 languages without subconsciously realizing it. The other question is, in what language do I dream in? And to be honest with you, I do not know. I do remember feelings, but never words or conversations. I do believe that I would use specific language depending on the dream. I would speak Korean if I were to dream of an encounter with some of my Korean friends, and perhaps switch to Chinese when my friends from Malaysia are in the same dream as well. When I speak different language, I express different qualities and aspects of myself. In every language I speak, I tend to create different experience or facades for myself. I sometimes feel like a different person while switching between languages. Now, feeling like a different person does not mean that I would develop multiple personality disorder. The difference is felt during the shifting of language is because the culture and expression changes adjacently. Let's make an example. When I speak in Chinese, I would start talking more rapidly, and I don't feel shy. I become really friendly and really outgoing. But when I speak in English, I started to talk much more slower with a calm tone. I also find myself awkward and unable to choose words quickly enough while having a conversation. Imagine this in a way we speak to our best friends and the behaviors that we use. Then, imagine how it all changed when we are still speaking in the same language, but to a superior, like the school headmaster or an employer. Everyone tends to behave differently and sometimes change our attitudes and feelings as well. It feels the same way to me as a multilingual, except that language may be different here. What I've learned from being multilingual is that the ability to communicate provides a great insight into our lives and uplifting our diverse population. It defines me. And that is what I truly believe to be the most rewarding. Thank you.